Your gun in Vermont can be confiscated for several reasons: a domestic violence incident, a temporary restraining order, an extreme risk protection order, known as an ERPO, or if police seize it during an arrest for safekeeping. But how do you actually get your firearm back once the state takes it? Today on The Right Slant, we're breaking down the exact legal steps, what timelines Vermont law allows, and what real Vermont court cases say about getting seized weapons returned. By the end of this video, you'll know the process, the pitfalls, and what you must do to legally recover your firearm. In Vermont, there are 4 main ways your firearm could be confiscated. Domestic violence seizure. Police may seize firearms when responding to domestic violence incidents if they believe there's an immediate risk. Emergency relief from abuse orders. A court can require temporary surrender of firearms as part of an emergency protective order. Extreme risk protection orders/ERPOs. Vermont passed its ERPO law in 2018, allowing firearms to be seized if a court believes someone poses a significant danger. Seizure during arrest. If police arrest someone and the weapon is on them or in a vehicle, it is often taken as evidence or for safekeeping. Before we go deeper, remember, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss the latest breakdowns here on The Right Slant. The return process depends on why the firearm was taken. Here's how it works under Vermont law. 1. If your gun was taken during a domestic violence incident under 15 VSA Section 2303, firearms seized by law enforcement must be stored safely and cannot be returned until the court lifts the prohibition. You will need to attend all scheduled hearings, demonstrate you are not subject to any active restraining order, show you are not prohibited from firearm possession under federal law once the court clears the restriction. The agency must return the firearm. 2. If it was seized due to a relief from abuse order under 15 VSA Section 1103, judges can order temporary surrender of firearms. To get them back, the order must expire or again the court must modify the order to allow return. When the order ends and if no new orders exist, law enforcement has to return the firearm, usually after verifying your identity and running a background check. 3. If an ERPO caused the seizure under 13 VSA Section 4054, guns seized under an ERPO must remain in state custody until the ERPO expires or is terminated. To regain possession, you must petition the court to terminate the ERPO. Provide evidence that you no longer pose a danger. Attend the court hearing if the judge terminates the ERPO. The firearm must be returned. 4. If seized during arrest or investigation, if the firearm is not evidence in a criminal case, you can request its return directly from the agency once charges are dropped or the case concludes. Agencies typically require photo ID, proof of ownership, background check clearance. Case example 1. State versus Parizo. In this case, the court confirmed that firearms seized under Vermont's ERPO law must follow strict procedural timelines. The state had to prove ongoing risk. When they couldn't meet the evidentiary burden, the firearm was ordered to be returned. Key takeaway: if the state cannot justify ongoing risk, the court can compel the firearm's return. Case example 2, State versus Sprague. Sprague challenged the retention of his firearms after a domestic violence investigation. The Vermont Supreme Court ruled that firearms cannot be held indefinitely once the legal basis for seizure ends. Key takeaway: once an order expires or charges are dismissed, law enforcement must return the firearm promptly. On-screen text: state cannot hold firearms beyond lawful authority. Vermont Supreme Court. Step 1. Determine the exact reason for seizure. Was it ERPO? Domestic? Arrest? Knowing this determines the path to recovery. Step 2. Obtain all court documents. You must understand what orders are in place and when they expire. Step 3. Request a hearing if needed. ERPOs and some restraining orders can be challenged in court at any time. Step 4. Make sure you are federally eligible even if Vermont clears you. The agency cannot return a firearm if you are federally prohibited. Step 5. Submit a written request to law enforcement once restrictions end. Provide photo ID, proof of firearm ownership, court documentation clearing release. Step 6. Follow up in writing. Vermont law requires agencies to return firearms promptly after lawful authority ends. Written communication creates a record. Vermont has some of the most unique gun laws in the country. No purchase permits, no registration, and constitutional carry. But when the state does take your firearm, there is a clear legal process for getting it back. Follow the steps, know your rights, and keep documentation of everything. If you found this breakdown useful, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss the next deep dive from the Right Slant. And drop a comment below telling us which state you want us to cover next.